is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire Podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman, and ladies and gentlemen, I hate to be the guy that said I told you so. I mean, I really hate that. But in this case, I'm really wishing I wasn't that guy. I'm really wishing I didn't have to say that. But here we are, because this is the ridiculous and stupid and corrupt world that we live in. So, from mysanantonio.com, we got this story. South Texas School District shuts down after surge in COVID-19 cases. Are you guys ready to experience 2020 again? Are you guys just okay with that? Let's get into this, man. A school district nearly 2 hours southeast of San Antonio is closing its doors until next week, claiming that COVID-19 cases have jumped on its campuses. Runge ISD announced Wednesday, August 23rd, that it will be shutting down the rest of the week until Tuesday, August 29th, according to KENS 5. The news was announced via a letter from Superintendent Hector Dominguez that was sent to parents. Runge ISD also put all extracurricular activities on hold until August 29th. The safety and well-being of our students, staff, and community is a top priority, Dominguez said in the letter. Runge ISD's COVID-19 tracker reported 10 active cases of the virus as of Monday. 10 cases. I mean, that's just an all-out plague right there, man. I mean, you might as well, you might as well burn the whole school down, because it's a plague. You're all gonna die. Goodness gracious. 10 active cases of the virus as of Monday, August 21st. One person commented on the superintendent's Facebook page Thursday, August 24th, saying closing because of the 10 cases was laziness and a dereliction of duty. I agree. However, Runge ISD is a fairly small school district just east of Karnes City. The school district serves a total of 208 students across its two campuses, according to the 2022-2023 data from the Texas Education Agency. The 10 cases are all within its 43 staff members. Dominguez himself has also tested positive, KENS reports. We're a very small school district, so we don't have the resources that another large district would have to cover classes, Dominguez told KENS. Once school resumes, Dominguez told KENS that a committee plans to meet to discuss how to make up the school days. Those days will never get made up. Those days will not get made up. You're gonna have these kids essentially miss an entire week of school. Let me just explain something to you. Unless that week was already planning. Unless they were already planning for those kids to miss that week, and it was baked into the curriculum how that was going to get made up and everything, unless that's how this was, and this was already pre-planned, those days will never get made up. They'll never get made up. As someone who's gone to public school for over a decade of my life, for many, many years, someone who's been in public school, okay, I know how these things work. Those days will never get made up, and these students will forever be behind on these classes until next year. Until next year, these kids are going to be behind. They're not going to know what's going on. They're not. They're not going to know anything. You send these kids home for a week. They're not going to remember what the heck they were talking about the week before. That is the reality of public schooling. That is how bad the public school system is. I mean, my goodness, there are many school districts in this country, okay, especially up in cities like Chicago, Baltimore, cities like this, schools that get a lot of funding, okay, and they have entire grades where all of the students are reading below their grade level. They're doing math below their grade level. This is unacceptable, guys. And to shut down this school district and purposely put these kids behind over COVID-19, over 10 cases of COVID. Guys, for heaven's sakes, we've been through this already. Why are we going back to what didn't work? Why? This doesn't make any sense, man. This is what you guys need to understand from this video, okay? I'm not here to say that I don't care about the safety of these kids, because I do. I have a daughter. Of course, I want kids to be safe, okay? You know, as a father myself, that's something I want. I want children to be safe. However, you have to understand that you can't protect your kids from everything, man. You know what I feel like this is? I feel like this is either one of two things. This is either one of two things in this specific case. Either you've got some sick teachers, and, you know, these teachers, these staff has probably already had COVID. They've probably already had it, so they've built up immunity to it, okay? But they're still probably a little sick. Still got something that a little bit more like the flu rather than COVID because of their built up immunity. And so they're just sick, and they don't, I don't feel like going into work today. You know, I could work. I don't feel like it because I'm a little lazy. So I'm, hey, let's just shut the whole school district down. Let's just purposely put these kids behind for a week just because I'm lazy and I don't want to go to work because I got a little tum ache, guys. Or the second possibility is that they just don't want to get the kids sick. Either one of these is ridiculous because the flu is running rampant in schools right now. It's running rampant. We've had a hard time taking our daughter to play dates because parents that take their kids to daycares and things like that, or parents that have older kids, they'll bring it home from school, get their younger kids sick, and now my kid can't come over to play because all the kids are sick. I mean, it's running rampant, guys. The cold, the flu, it's everywhere. This is what happens when a large group of people who were not hanging out together are suddenly all together in the same area. You're bringing all that stuff with you. This is going to happen. We cannot continue to put kids behind because of a sickness. Now, here's the thing. If somebody has a serious reaction to COVID, then obviously take them to the hospital, get them the care that they need. But here's the thing. Not everybody has a serious reaction to COVID. I would say the overwhelming majority of people, like we've talked about from the freaking get-go with this sickness, 99.9% of people do not have serious reactions to COVID. 99.9, bro. It is a very, very small portion of people that have any type of serious reaction to this. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous that we're still having to have this freaking conversation. Yet here we freaking are. Guys, what I want you to get from this video is stop complying. Stop complying with these people. Stop letting the government control you. Stop it. Stop complying. I'm going to say it just like I did on my last video about COVID. Okay? I'm going to say it just like the last video about COVID. This is only going to escalate. The lockdowns, I'm telling you, they're going to try to bring lockdowns back. They're already trying to bring mask mandates back. They're already trying. It's already happening. Okay? The lockdowns are going to come back. That's the escalation. It absolutely 100% is the escalation. Okay? Do not comply. That is the message of this video. That is the message of 3 years of having to freaking deal with COVID. Is don't be an idiot like you were last time. Don't fall for it like you did last time. Don't comply like you did last time. I mean, here's the reason why. If you're a small business owner, you can't afford to comply like you did last time. Your business will die and everything that you worked for will be for nothing. Okay? If you're a teacher, if you're a parent who has a kid in public school, one, homeschool your freaking kids, you dingus. Yeah, go watch my last few videos about the rate of children that are sexually molested in public schools. Yeah, it happens quite a lot. So you probably shouldn't have your kids in a public school anyways. But for the parents that do have their kids in public school, they can't afford to have their kids get behind. They can't. That's the reality. They cannot afford that. Teachers, stop being lazy bums. You're not a hero just because you teach some kids basic math, okay? Get off your butt and go to freaking work, man. For heaven's sakes, go teach these kids. We're talking about the next generation here, and you're just so adamant that I don't have to show up to work and teach these kids. They'll just figure it out. Meanwhile, we've got entire grades in some of the most well-funded schools in this country, and all of this entire grade is reading below their grade level, doing math below their grade level. I see people on the internet, see videos of people on the internet struggling to read. These are grown adults, man. Grown adults who can barely read a lick. That is wrong, man. We cannot keep having this. Parents, all I'm going to say is this. Why is your kid still in a public school? Why? Homeschool your freaking kids, man. Homeschool your kids, or find a private school that's not going to allow this stuff. Or find a private school that you can heavily monitor the safety of your child, and of course is not going to put up with the COVID bullcrap. Guys, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's up to us this time. It's up to us. Guys, we know what is right in this situation. We know it. Question is are we going to go out and follow it? We know locking down this country is not okay. We know that the mask mandates are not okay. We know that the forced vaccination is not okay. And you can't sit there and say it wasn't forced, because a lot of people had to get the vaccine in order to keep their job, to be able to provide for their family, in order to put food on the table, in order to have basic needs. Yeah, that is forced. Absolutely 100%. We know that these things do not work. We know that. CDC has already stated mask didn't work. They've already said it. So what are we doing with the masks again? CDC already stated lockdowns didn't work. What are we doing with the lockdowns again? Because here's the thing, bro. These kids, they have to have some kind of immunity. They're going to get COVID eventually. It's going to happen. Here's a good idea. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the safety of the people in our country. The safety of the people of our country, the physical health of the people in our country starts with a few things. Starts with 1, the food that you eat, and 2, physical activity. Okay? Look at the average kid in America. The average kid in America, on the average day, is sitting in front of a TV, playing Xbox, and eating zebra cakes all day. It's what they do, man. I know that because I used to be that kid. Look, man, this is what kids do. Unless you, as a parent, get them off their butt and say, hey, how about you go touch grass for a few minutes? How about you go play with Billy down the street? How about you, go ride your bike around? Do whatever. Just get off your stupid freaking Xbox that you clearly don't need. How about we eat broccoli instead of this crap food you eat? How about we eat a salad? How about we eat some red meat instead of some fast food? How about I cook up some red meat steaks? You know what I'm saying? Instead of some fast food. How about we eat some grilled chicken with some steamed vegetables instead of some fast food, some McDonald's, some Burger King. These are simple steps, okay, that you as a parent can take to help the health of your child. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the reasons why these kids are so sick today, so sickly, is because their immune systems are crap, man. Because the food that they eat in this country is garbage. And they get no physical activity on a daily basis. They get very little physical activity. No, walking from their room to the fridge is not physical activity. For heaven's sakes, man. I'm 25. I'm 25, okay? I am at the very, very, very beginning of Gen Z. I was born in 98, okay? I'm like right at the beginning of Gen Z. In fact, I can relate more with Gen Z than I can with millennials. So whichever one I'm in, I can relate more with Gen Z, okay? However, I don't mean to sound like the old guy here, but when I was younger, you went outside and played with your friends. That was what you did for fun. Now, for fun, kids stare at a screen all day. But here's the problem, is parents, you can control that. For example, here's a good example. My child will not get a smartphone until they are 18. My child will not be getting a tablet until unless they want to go buy one when they're 18. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Because these screen... I don't know if any of you saw it. I should have pulled it up. I apologize. But there was a video of this young Asian child. I believe it was over in some one of the Asian countries. But this child was sleeping on the ground on their side. And they're sleeping on the ground, right? And the child is holding up their hand as if they're holding a tablet. And the child is scrolling on an imaginary tablet as they're sleeping. As they are asleep, man. Guys, what are we doing to the next generations? What are we doing? That's insane, man. We as a society have got to care more about the safety of our kids. And no, you cannot protect them from everything. That's why this is ridiculous. But if we would just do the right steps to take care of our kids' immune systems, giving them the vitamins that they need, stop taking them to McDonald's and just cook a regular meal for them. You might think you don't have enough time. I don't care. That's your kid's health we're talking about. Here, let me give my kid cancer from McDonald's rather than just cooking them a meal that takes, 15, 20 minutes out of my day to cook that meal. Like, come on, guys. What are we doing? And then all that crap that they put in their body, or that you gave them to put in their body, ends up destroying their immune system, and now they can't fight off a disease or a sickness that's got a 99.9% survivability rate. That's ridiculous, man. Think about the food that we're giving to our kids if that's what's happening. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I think we pretty well know as parents how we should be parenting. The reality is that some parents suck. And I'm going to be honest with you right now. If you're one of the parents that freaking sucks, you need to get your crap together, man. Stop putting your kid in front of a screen all day and actually parent your child. Actually spend time with your kid. Your work is not as important as you think it is. Hey, maybe you need to downsize your house anyways. You know, maybe then you can put your kid, instead of in public school, maybe you could homeschool them. Do you really need that Corvette in the garage that you're paying a crap ton of money for every single month? Do you really need that? No, you don't. The reality is, no, you don't. And you can barely afford it as it is. That's why your kid is going to a public school rather than being homeschooled in a very safe environment. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I don't know what to tell you. Parents, it's going to start with you, obviously. Small business owners, you're going to be next. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. The lockdowns, the masks, the Biden's already asking for funding for a new vaccine. He's already asking for funding for a new vaccine. Right, it's insane. I know. But guys, this is only going to escalate. It's only going to escalate, and I'll say it once again. Do not comply. Do not comply. Stop complying with this. It didn't work the first time. It's not going to work this time. In fact, it is only going to destroy your life more if you comply. Stop complying. Stop complying. Just stop. It's not going to work. It's not going to work again. It's not going to work. It didn't work last time. Once again, I'll say it again. It didn't work last time. It's not going to work this time. So stop complying. Don't put up with it. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I'll have another video coming for you guys on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, and share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.